This video starts with a bit more wind than I was expecting, to be honest, but we're on a tip run in Desmond. Let's see how full he is. So in the back we've got a lot of cardboard, Christmas, birthdays, a bit of merch, and some electrical stuff. This rack served us very well but finally fell apart. Heated areas, wonderful things. We're also saying goodbye to my #1 fan. That has packed up after many years of trying to stop it breaking. And then we got our microwave, which got a bit sparky and a bit too exciting for our liking. And we're driving to our tip, which is quite a long way along this road. It's absolutely in the middle of nowhere, but it's only accessible on weekends and Wednesdays. So today's Sunday. There's Desmond. Desmond now on 55,000 miles. We did about another 120 miles yesterday going to Swansea and back for the boy's birthday. Yeah, taking it easy on Desmond. Not really happening because Desmond is just the working car. But yeah, as you can see, we are full. Thankfully Desmond has most excellent door mirrors, so the lack of direct rear vision is not too much of a catastrophe. But we'll go and get this lot offloaded and then we'll see what happens this week. To be honest, it's a bit vague at the moment. I'd like to get a road test in, but we really need to get Betty working. We've got HubNut transport to do next weekend. Desmond and Ellie are our only working vehicles. Neither of those is really ideal for the amount of miles we have to cover doing that, so we want Betty back in action again. I've got all the bits, so hopefully we can make that happen. So stay tuned and we'll see how the week unfolds as it happens. Welcome to the next day. We are back up the unit again. Priority today is Betty. We need to do brakes while Miss HubNut is preparing the suspension arm for primer, so we can sort that out. My focus is going to be on getting this caliper rebuilt. I need to clean these pistons up as best I can, and to aid with that, Andrew Hoffler over in Australia, I borrowed his ute when I visited Melbourne, has sent over 2 caliper rebuild kits. And he's also sent an O-ring kit so we can sort out the oil leak. I don't think that's going to be within scope of what we're about today. We need Betty working again because yeah, we've got a lot of mileage to do over the coming couple of weeks. Indeed. So we need the mileage vehicle back. So that's going to be my priority. And I may be requiring Miss HubNut's assistance with getting the other caliper off.
So I'm just starting this now. I've masked it off. Because you can't get any primer in there. I'm also going to mask this off before anybody worries.
Yep.
And then I'm going to coat it in the rust primer, which won't take very long. Yes, I am going to set myself up in a sort of spray booth-ish. So that go everywhere.
It's not raining.
I'm going to make myself a little spray booth.
Okay.
Yeah, in between drying, I'll come and help you.
Yeah, excellent. Right,
look at the productivity.
Yeah, let's dig in. Got to get the pistons. The pistons were like over $50 each, which is a lot. And these aren't actually that old. So I'm hopeful that all this gunk we can clean off and there isn't actually any pitting to the surface. That's what I'm hoping. So stage 1, get some brake cleaner and yeah.
I know where that is now.
Yeah, see if we can get these cleaned up.
I say that. Have you moved it? No, it's there.
No? Alright, well I've used some brake cleaner. And we got the pistons cleaned up quite nicely. They're looking a lot better than they were. Might still give them a bit more. And then I need to turn my attention to cleaning the caliper up, because this area where the seal should sit, not the black seal, the outer dust seal, needs cleaning up. So a bit of a gentle wire brush, maybe the brass wire brush, try and clean those up a bit. And then we'll replace all the seals. So that means this one can come off as well. There we go, and again you can see the alloy corrosion going on, so we'll clean that up as well. Right, I'm going to have to go and see Tim at Cambrian Classics because I'll need some .4 to complete the brakes, but Miss HubNut is at the stage of applying primer to the axle. There we go. Not ideal conditions because it's blooming freezing today. Yeah, he doesn't want to spray. I think we've got a slightly clogged nozzle on that one as well. Yeah. Yeah, we need to let them sit in something unclogging. Oh no. Oh, there we go. So yeah, well, Miss HubNut does that, I'm going to go and get some brake fluid. Looking good. Then loves the spray booth she's rigged up as well. So off we go to get some .4 from Tim. Good excuse to have a razorback in Ellie on a day where it actually isn't raining, which is nice. And it's a little quieter in here because our landlord, Fuel Lagoon, custom made us a carpet set. So at some point, carpet set for 2 CVs, front and back, will be available on the Fuel Lagoon website. They're not there yet, but they are planning to get them up there.
And a good price as well.
A good price, yeah. Ellie was used as the template. And it's made quite the difference after a bit. It's definitely taking the edge. There's still loads of wind noise because it's a 2CV and it's about as aerodynamic as a brick with holes in it. Well, next coat goes on. It sounds like we're under attack. Military jets.
Still the first coat, actually.
Oh, still the first coat.
Rotated it.
Sorry, second side, first coat. So yeah, I'm going to get the new seals into their grooves, and then we've got the joy of getting the dust covers over the pistons and into the holes. Blimey, you're making some noise today, folks. Where are they? They're up above the clouds somewhere. They're having some fun. No doubt heading up the Mach loop later on. MACH. Search for that on your various YouTube devices or video devices. But yeah, pistons have got some light scoring. The cylinders have got some light scoring, but I think it'll be all right. So we'll get these things fitted. As usual, this is going well. I've so far destroyed 2 of the 4 seals we got before I actually looked on the internet and found a very clever idea. Using the air compressor, what you do is you get one person to inject air gently into there, which it turns out is quite difficult.
Yeah, what I would suggest if you do this technique is practice the gently before you go anywhere near it.
Yeah, practice the gently. You really don't need much pressure, and what it does is it literally blows the seal around the piston. So I'm just holding the piston here loosely at the entrance, and that lip is what we want, because that lip is going to engage with this lip here as we push the cylinder back, which is a little difficult to do with one hand. But because it's a twin pot caliper, I've had to use the caliper retraction tool to push the other seal in. That seal does not have the seal on yet, the dust seal, just the inner seal. Yeah, so it forces all the pressure into this one. If I'd been a bit clever when I was mucking about with this piston or caliper on the car, I could see that if you push one piston, the other one should move, and if that doesn't happen, that tells you you're seizing. If you
clever must have suggested
hold that a moment, you may wish to flip the camera.
Yes. No, that's at my nostrils.
I'm going to see if we can just get the piston moving back with just a bit of leverage. No is the answer there. I bet if we could do that, it might go. Yep, and there we go. So if you come in, that has now engaged with that seal, so that will fully retract back into the caliper housing, so that's good. So now we'll swap this around and pop that piston out, and we'll see if we can do it again. So yeah, compressed air is your friend, but with compressed air these pistons will come out very, very quickly. So I'm going to use a hammer here to, we don't want the piston ramming into that metal there. So with a hammer there, and you see it comes popping out. And now I should just be able to finagle that out, he says. Oh yeah, it's almost finangled. There we go. That's our piston out. So that's already quite lubed in brake fluid. So that's good. So we're going to grab our final seal. No pressure, folks.
With your new, not the new system, with the system we've been using the whole time, it would be fine.
Yeah, we've been doing this all day and definitely didn't balls it up. So just open. I like to open them out. So the larger diameter is what engages with the piston. So we fold that into the little channel there. And this is the problem, this hadn't happened properly last time for whatever reason. So with it in, just run your finger around and just make sure it's in all the way around as it should be. Yeah, that's feeling good. So I'm just going to apply a little more brake fluid to the inside of that, just to help guide it over the piston. Then we'll better find a tripod, because you've got another job to do.
Indeed.
Right, we're going to attempt to film this. This might be quite difficult to do. But with the we've got the top cylinder blocked off. But
so I'm still going in this hole here.
Still going in the same hole. So into the main brake feed. And then hopefully we'll see the seal pop around this. Oh, I popped off.
Oh.
No, I think we're alright. Seal's still in.
Okay, go back to gently. This is what I mean about practicing the gently.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, off.
We're good? Okay.
We're round, we're in. Let's check we're still in there, but yeah, it's all looking good. Cool. Brilliant.
Woo.
I need to drive this in more straightly than I am, in fact, doing.
Okay.
So, I can use air pressure to make sure this seal is fully seated, and it is, and to make sure the piston goes back nicely, which, yeah, it does. I can push it back with finger pressure. That's what you want. You shouldn't have to use this, really. Finger pressure should be enough, and it is. So that one's going really well. We'll do the top one while we're here, why not? Just because maybe it's more interesting than talking. Maybe. I don't know. So we'll lock that one in. That's now locked. And we'll do the same with the top one. This has so much pressure, it's really not very controllable. So it's not
have to be very
ideal,
careful.
but I'm doing this just to try and stop the piston popping out. But want to come over my shoulder?
Okay. Also, do you want me to blow?
There comes the piston. And then, oh, hello.
What, hello?
That's not looking perfect.
No.
Need a
I'm
light
just
to
going to
look
go a
on
bit
that.
closer to that.
Yeah, this suggests we may still have an issue here. And
Yeah, that's not gone home properly, has it?
the piston is still sliding as it should. Let's pop that out again and we'll have another look.
I think you were just enjoying this.
Well, it's good to prove. Oh, there we go.
Pop it out, put
Yep.
it in again.
Oh, maybe we are all right. I'm going to shine a light all round there just to make sure we're definitely in before we get this caliper back on the car. But
Absolutely.
that is the next step.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I'm 2 coats of primer in, and also I've gone on a side quest. I've taken off Shemi's windscreen wipers. Just giving those a rest.
Clearly what that car needs, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It gets better. So I've taken off the windscreen wipers, just touching those up with primer, and then I'll paint those up, but we've got to get some satin paint for those.
I think this is good all the way around, and it shouldn't come out that far. That would suggest the pads are paper thin. But nonetheless, come on. Oh, I wonder if we've just come past the seal a bit in there. This is more than the piston would ever normally come out. Oh, there we go. She's in. So that's all right. I'll get this off, and we can put the caliper back on the car. Got new pads, new discs.
In other side quests, while waiting for the primer to dry, because I've got access to this panel here, I've cleaned it up and I've just given it a once over with the overhaul. It was very, very tired. It looks pretty good now. I think I might give it another go though. Still a little faded. Just working on some storage. I know you guys said we need more storage, and we do. I think these were given to us in 2023 and I'm just starting to put them together now. So tidiness and storage very much in progress.
We've got this side back on, brand new disc. It was meant to be brand new pads, cannot find the brand new pads. So I'm going to use the used pads, but I've still got plenty of meat on, the ones we took off previously, and I'll have to order some pads in. That's just marvellous. But EBC here in the UK actually stock pads for these, I think. So that shouldn't be too difficult to acquire. But yeah, we've got sticky caliper going on the other side as well, I'm pretty sure. So this one's off, and you can see the uneven wear. So Miss HubNut got in and pressed the brake pedal and only one of them came out, but when I try and push that one back in with the windy tool,
it doesn't want to go?
It doesn't want to go, no. And this one doesn't seem to want to come out at all. Tell you what I might just do, you see I've clipped it off the hydraulic pressure, because in theory if you push one piston back in the other one should come out. That is not occurring, but if I take that back off, wedge this one, and then you press the brake pedal, we can see if this one comes out.
I shall hop in.
We'll do that, hold on. Gently apply brake.
Gently.
Yep.
Release.
Press harder. Oh yeah, there we go, now it's starting to come out. So
that's all the way.
Yeah, okay, off. So it is coming out, but
released
very merrily. Let's see if I can wind either of them back in. This one has the classic not fitted very well seal from last time. Look, that's not right. So that's not doing a very good job either. The only problem being we've probably mullered that seal. We don't have any good seals left, I don't think. Possibly one that came off the old caliper. Ugh. So where we find ourselves is much where we ended up this morning. We got two fairly cruddy looking pistons that need cleaning up. Ugh. One seal was rubbish. I forget which seal that was. That's actually a good seal. So we're hoping to reuse that as we're out of replacements. Where's the one that came off?
The dead seals are just in the bin, on the top of the bin.
On top of the bin? Oh yeah. Is that the one that, yeah, that's the one that came off. Look how much of that was not engaged in the lip. So whoever fitted that last time, I think that was me, did a spectacularly bad job, but hopefully we can get this side working as well. But out of time for today.
Yep. We have a black arm now.
We do have a black arm for the 2CV though, so that's looking really good, well done. And some preparation work going on Shem's wiper arms. We'll get the blades off before we apply top coat, naturally. I must remember to get a new one of these. Remember that number, people, I need to get some of those. But yeah, we've got a rust neutralising primer and then a coat of black on the top, matte black paint.
2 coats of that and I will do the same with that.
Yeah, looking good. Well done, dear. I think you've achieved much more than me, including 2 shelving units. The ones we were given some time ago. But yeah, we must depart and we'll have to come back. I don't know when, because we're meant to be filming car drives tomorrow and doing a driving lesson. But we need this car working for the weekend. Eep.
We got this.
Okay. We've reached day 3 of this video. It is now Tuesday. It is still absolutely perishing. We are experimenting with different microphone locations because I noticed yesterday's sound. We got a rustly dry robe and my mic, I kept turning my head away from it. So I'm like, well, if I attach it to my head, maybe it'll sound good. Maybe. But we've got a big problem I didn't cover in yesterday's video. One of the caliper pistons is not ideal, but you know, it will clean up. It is smooth, that will work. This one is really badly pitted. I've actually had to take some sandpaper to that to try and get that smooth, and it does feel smooth to the touch, but I suspect it's probably going to remain a bit sticky.
Compared to the rest of that surface, that's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. Normally, if you got pitting like that, you'd throw it in the bin. What I'm looking at doing, just the pistons alone seem to be about 60 Aussie dollars each, and you need 4 of them, ideally, plus the refurb kits. So you're starting to think, well, it's 308 Aussie dollars for a pair of refurbished calipers from Online Auto Parts. Not sponsored, just really pleased with their service, really good people. but there is a slight discrepancy about when exactly Betty was built, so I've got a bit of a query open with them to make sure we get the right calipers, but I think longer term that is going to be necessary. Hopefully this will work to get us up and running again. We also need to order front pads, because apparently I don't have any. The ones I thought were brand new front pads turned out to be brand new rear pads. So I don't know if I've lost the front pads or if we fitted them
I don't think you've lost them, because as I say, only Betty went in the Betty boxes.
Yeah.
And it's not there.
So,
and you have been in the calipers before, haven't you?
So I ballsed up. So anyway, we're going to start reassembling the calipers. We're going to a bit more cleaning on this. Just hope for the best. I'm going to pull this. Well, actually, am I going to pull that seal out, or am I going to say that seal is happy there and just leave it?
Well, just check it's not in the
on.
same sort of state as the others.
That's not attached either. Or is this the bad one? No.
No, that one.
Does that mean this one was bad as well?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Not fitted right, because I was not doing the right to, and that's ruined. Absolutely ruined. Okay, that is a problem. We now have one good seal and two pots. And this is a problem because we really wanted this car for the weekend. I'm just checking I haven't got another one anywhere. I don't think I have. Oh no.
Meanwhile, this is looking quite nice. That's my second coat of paint. Had to go quite carefully on the seam here because it's very pigeon poopy and you have to really get the paint in there. But I'm quite pleased with that. While Ian searches for sills, I'm going on a slight digression. So Shemi's windscreen wipers desperately need painting, and I over-trolled this section, and I'm not entirely sure that was ever black. I think it's a sort of grey, deep grey, and I think these wipers are the same. So do we go satin black on the wipers? Matte black is way off. Satin black or look for a grey? What do you think, folks? I appreciate there's fading, but yeah, that matte black is way off.
For our best two seals, that one seems perfect, so that's good. This one was definitely deformed, so what we're going to try and do is, because this is all a bit crusty as well, there's a split there, not ideal, we're going to dunk them in some hot water and see if we can restore some of the rubberizing. But yeah, we need calipers. This is ridiculous, really. If we didn't need the car running like now, we wouldn't even be trying. Let's see what we've made. Is that the bad one? That's the bad one. It does seem to have... Is it the bad one or is that the good one? I can't remember. Let's pull the other one out. Make sure I got the right one.
Do a comparative.
Yeah.
And we need one of these, do we?
No, we need both of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the good one. That's already good. I'm just going to leave it in there. So this was the bad one. Yeah, there's a slight tear just there. But that is... It has actually gone back to its original shape. Whether there's enough lip there for it to get in, we will find out. But encouraging. I'm going to leave that in there. We'll leave that stewing. Now I need to replace the seals inside the caliper and just give that a bit of a clean up as well. In fact, I'm going to leave the seal in while I just go around. This wire brush is perfect because the end is completely worn. So this bit will be acting on the ridge where these sit. So that's good. If I had a head torch, I could probably even show you.
What did you just say?
A bit of rubber left in that mounting face. I need my scraper device. Where is it? Dentist's tool. This thing makes some horrible noises, but it's good at...
Oh, that is...
Yeah, good at getting everything out of there. And then we'll use the pistol to give it all a good blast. Pretty remarkable things, really, brake calipers.
Why?
And we take them so much for granted.
I love the fact that Pajero is behind you. It's like, I thought you'd run out of excuses.
Yeah, sorry, Pajero. Everything else keeps jumping the queue.
Pajero's not convinced that's what it is.
Well, if we don't watch it, Pajero might end up having to come on the road because everything else is broken.
I think Mini HubNut would be very pleased.
There's the old seal.
Crikey, there was that much left in there.
No, that's the old.
Oh, okay,
You got
the ring.
Two
yes,
seals, the
yes.
dust seal and then the seal that holds the hydraulic pressure.
Like, did the whole bottom come off?
And that one's out as well. Beautiful. We'll just give those a quick clean out and then I'll blast them with the air. Let's try and minimise the amount of stuff that's flying into my eyes when I do that. All bits of old brake fluid and dust.
Yum.
Yum. Very yummers indeed.
By the way, folks, this rubbish is going.
Right, where's my pistol? Noise alert. And Stonewell back alert. There we go. That's looking moderately okay.
Just popping the rings in?
Yep, a new inner seal. I think we learnt the air trick when we were at Whiteland Restorations doing the calipers on this and then probably forgot. Because we don't work on cars enough. So I think Lewis had already let us into that little
Lewis
secret.
is a source of infinite wisdom.
He is.
He is.
Even when it comes to non-body work.
I know.
Whereas Tim is even more wise. For we visited Tim and Tim was just like, why would you? Why would you rebuild calipers? He says, I'll just send them out. And I think in future that may be the thing to do. In all honesty, this is ridiculous. You can see why garages don't do this. Caliper comes in box, fit caliper, possibly send the other one back as an exchange item. Jobbed. Literally 2 bolts, and you're done. None of this absolute faff.
We have been here many hours.
We have.
Not my first rodeo with aged rubber. So calipers reassembled. Where are we at now?
Now I need to get the caliper carrier off so we can change the disc. Fit our used pads because we've lost new ones.
But just
Quality.
to clarify, you said they do have a lot of meat on them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, okay, we're not being stupid.
Just using a ratchet here. Never do this. Okay, that's really not coming. Okay, 15mm spanner. Well. That might work easier.
Right, if you go the right way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Piece of cake going that way. The power of the lever compels you. Oh yeah, let's do well. Look, it's been a long day, folks.
It's only 10:30.
Shush.
Okay, so you've got the carrier off?
Yep, carrier's off. And then we can take the disc off. Ooh! Oh!
Not an exaggeration.
Ooh. Look at all that. Nasty corrosion in there. That inner side is looking horrible. Probably could skim them, but there is a bit of a lip, especially on this outside edge. So, scrapoo! Some heavy old scrap there. So just clean this face up because you want the disc sitting perfectly flush. So yeah, I'll just get a bit of Scotch-Brite on this face here, just clean that up and get the new disc on. Incidentally, something that is truly depressing and indicative of where we live. This is the brand new hub we fitted, what, weeks ago?
Yeah.
And the surface rust on that side of it is already horrific. So what I might do before fitting the disc is actually spray some Alpha-Lan over that side of the hub, because that strikes me as not ideal.
Meanwhile, I should take a moment and try and work out the next thing we're doing with Shami, which is the wheel bearing. So you're just putting the carrier and the pads back in, is it?
Yep.
Lovely.
There we go. Everything's slightly out of alignment until we get the wheel back on. Cleaned up the hardware, but I don't actually use lubricant. I just go in dry. No, it's just clean it up, because I'm not sure they use lubricant from the factory. There we go, and now we're ready to put the caliper back on.
Bye caliper, see you again soon.
Yeah. Oh. Little metal thing on the back of that one. Oh, sorry, I will do in my Ceratec once I find it. I'm going to put a bit here to try and stop the wheel sticking to the disc, because that is always quite annoying. So this is Mintex Ceratec metal free permanent lubricant for disc brakes. Not sponsored, it's just good stuff. And I'm just going to put a bit on the back of the pad where the caliper is going to rest on it.
I think that's perhaps what some people don't realise, is that sometimes we say these things because it's a good thing.
Yeah. We don't really do sponsored content very much, but if we do, it's because we genuinely believe in the product, which is why we don't do them for magic protein shakes and the like. Or we even got approached by a shaving company at one point. Wrong person. Right, so hopefully, yeah, the caliper goes in over the top like so. Nope, it's the wrong nut. That's the one we want. Tiny little 12s. Hold it here with a hex on the other side. But you have to keep a bit of an eye on.
Apologies if the picture's not fantastic on this, but we've actually got that thing shining in the sky.
Yeah, actual sunshine. We don't know how to deal with sunshine. It's alien to us. Ideally, I would quite like to anneal the copper washer on that bolt, but it seems very happy there. So I think we're just going to leave be. So one on that side, one on that side, and it goes into there. It'd be a lot easier if I wasn't on full lock. There we go. I think I have got some new flexes, and I probably should fit those at some point. Maybe if we do the caliper swap, we'll actually get around to doing the brake flexes. Now at the stage we need to pop the bonnet, make sure we got oil, or fluid rather, in the reservoir.
So you've already completed this task on the other side?
Yeah, it's all done. So we are ready to start bleeding. All done. Calipers back on and bled. Have topped the fluid up. Wheels are back on. So a moment of truth. Chocks away. Quite literally. Here we go. So first of all, just into neutral, brake, we stopped, and we released the brake, and we're rolling. So that's encouraging. We've now got to go and bed these brakes in. So what? We're not going to do it today, but over the course of the next 100 miles or so, gentle braking, avoiding harsh stops, let everything bed in again, and then at some point we'll be fitting new pads and calipers, but for the time being it looks like we've got a working car again. So squeeze her out past the blue thing. Yeah, feels okay. Whoa. Oh yeah, I still got things on the boot. Well, there we are then. The brakes feel okay, so that's good. Managed to get dirt on my head, standard. So productive. We got there in the end. But yeah, longer term there may be work to do on that car. But I like to keep my to-do list long. You know, finish your job, but actually you haven't finished it because you haven't done it properly. That's the HubNut way. So that's us done today. It's Tuesday today, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm off on a driving lesson this afternoon, and then we've got other things going on as well, so stay tuned because there is more of the week to come. And unfortunately, that's where we're going to be wrapping up the tinkering. We've come up with the unit today. What I wanted to do was bleed Betty's brakes again. I just used the oily rag technique last time because I could not find my bleeder kit, so I spent an entire £7 on a replacement pot with a tube.
Hand for size.
Yeah. So we can do that properly again. The brakes are working and working well, but the brake pedal feel, it might just be in my head, it just doesn't feel quite where it should be. But
And I wanted to do an oil change and I guess filter change. That is aggressive.
yeah, the weather is horrendous. It's lashing it down. The floor is absolutely soaking wet. And we're scared the doors are going to get blown off the unit, which is why we don't want to linger up here.
Yeah, so I was going to do an oil change. I was going to put some magic potion through. It's going to have to wait till next week. So that's that really.
That's what will be coming up next week, as well as sorting wheels for Ellie. We've got the wheels here. We need to get those painted. Plans are afoot. We were going to do it this week, but with the weather and general life chaos.
It's actually been fortuitous that we haven't gone up to Whiteland because I think they're struggling with flooding.
Yeah, there is flooding everywhere. There's trees coming down again. You're just like, what have we done to deserve this winter? It's
Round
been
3.
horrendous. But should we retreat to the car and discuss more? Let's do that. Yeah, we almost just got blown off our feet just getting back to the car. So not a day for doing tinkering. No. So there'll be more on that next week. But I did want to say, I want to pick this up where we left off. We left off on Tuesday. We just fitted the new brakes to Betty. And then we rushed off and did a driving lesson. We ended up doing about 70 miles on that driving lesson. Me and little Miss HubNut drove all the way to Cross Hands, her first dual carriageway, her first time driving at 70 miles an hour. And she did an amazing job. So very, very pleased about that. And then it was her birthday, and and we've had more driving lessons. She drove to school on her birthday, which she wanted to do for her 17th, but that was not happening because she hadn't yet got the skills. So we finally ticked that box off, but it has been a hectic week. But we've made some real progress. Betty's brakes are better, and we've started digging Shems out and getting her back into action. We're getting there. It's just slightly slow work.
Iridium flags.
So we are now filming this on the Friday. The kids go to their dad's tomorrow. So that was the main reason for getting Betty back on the road, because the weather's looking pretty horrendous all weekend.
Yes.
And Betty is feeling the wind today, but she doesn't feel the wind like Desmond.
Would not be good Desmond travelling weather.
No, that car is horrific in the wind. Although in the scale of things, not as bad as Ellie, who is not as bad as Took. So, it could be worse, but Desmond is terrifying. And I'm quite glad that little Miss HubNut's driving education has included Desmond in the wind. So she knows that you've just got to be ready all the time. You don't know what's going to happen.
That's why you've got your 2 hands, isn't it?
Yeah, keep them both on the wheel. It's been really, we obviously can't film all of that stuff. I don't want to film her while she's learning to drive. That's an unfair added pressure. But we'll keep you informed as and when the test happens. Assuming it goes well, I think we will. I don't think we're going to necessarily report that the failure has happened.
With me, I think we did say about I failed it, didn't we? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But I think when she passes, we'll say.
Yeah.
Because she's 18 years old, she does not need any more pressure.
Terrifying. Out drinking last night with Mummy.
Yeah. Yes.
So a good time was had, but it was a really good night. We had a lot of fun.
It's lovely.
But that's where we are. So we'll try and keep this format going, trying to cover like a week-ish at a time. We hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously, our output is reduced, but we're just trying to put more into each video.
It's more quality, and we're going to do the same with the lives. We're going to have a live soon.
Yeah.
And we want to ask you a few questions about lives. So.
Yeah. In fact, I was planning on putting this out Saturday.
Okay.
But that's before the live.
What's this serious face?
Serious. We just have to ponder when we're actually going to put stuff out. Or is this going to go out after the live? We don't know. But yeah, stay tuned. Stuff will happen. And thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, maroon beanies are available at the old HubNut store, the free web store. And you can also get Shemi hoodies and t-shirts in blue. I
was so ready to do Shemi stuff today.
Yeah, well, that's your own Daihatsu top.
My own Daihatsu top.
Yeah. And don't go any further. Far too cold. The fourth wall store, we haven't got the Chevy design on yet. Maybe we need to add that in. Yeah. What? So the fourth wall store allows us to sell all around the world, and I think it works out cheaper for American buyers as well, because the shipping is within America rather than overseas. So
it's also the fact of taking out process, isn't it, of the posting process where errors do happen. And also the fourth wall store allows us to sell to the EU again, so we've recently had some sales in Latvia of all places. Brilliant.
and I think the stuff was printed over in Europe, so works well, just makes it a lot easier getting stuff to where it needs to go. So thank you very much for your continued support. I hope you're enjoying this slightly revised format.
Do give feedback, because we are working on changing things, so it's always good to get feedback. Not feedback like you don't like women having opinions and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that sort of, the nice sort of feedback, that's saying what works for you and sort of what you like to see. And we shall see you in a future video. Bye.
Bye. Bloody weather.
Pouring. Ah.